After a few days exploring the stunning Cowinyama region, the team are up early and heading towards the Mitchell River crossing.
Well guys, that was a great camp on the Mitchell River last night. We're now moving towards the actual Mitchell River crossing. So I think this is our first decent water crossing of the trip. So this one will be interesting.
Yeah, so we knew we had to cross the Mitchell and we got word from the locals there that there was quite a lot of water in it. In the trucks, the water's not so much the issue. Like I've gone through some pretty deep water in these trucks. It's more so the surface underneath. So we are quite heavy, you know, we're 7 tonne in the truck plus the trailer. So, you know, that really soft base mixed in with a couple of large rocks is a little bit tricky when you're in the trucks.
Arriving at the Mitchell River was pretty cool because it brought back all the memories of my 91 trip up there, and we actually camped on the river that night. And we camped with a truckie whose fuel tanker was bogged in the crossing back in the day. So that was pretty cool just to get back there and see it all. It has changed, there's no doubt about that, but it was still pretty cool to see that river again.
So when you first look at the Mitchell River, it actually looks quite shallow. But once we stood back and looked at it, you could actually see there were a lot of deep holes.
So Jono, I think probably the best thing is get the Tinger off, try and pick the path, what we're going to take over with the trucks, and hopefully she makes it.
I'm pretty confident, but are yous?
In the
Who's going to come with us? So who's going to come?
The good thing is, mate, the wind's blowing this way, so it'll blow it back to shore, you know, if you get a bit stuck out there. But...
Nobody's got any confidence in the Tinger, eh? Now hang on, you two. You haven't been in the Tinger.
How about with your straws, eh? Between you, with your straws. Yeah, right. So you can pick it, whether the shortest one or the longest straw goes in the Tinger. So what do you want? Shortest or longest to go?
Oh, I don't care.
It'll be shortest straw goes, surely. Yeah.
Shortest straw goes in the Tinger?
Yeah.
Hey,
you're in, mate.
No, mate. Welcome to the Tinger Club.
Mixed emotions, I guess. In a way, I wanted to sort of go in there with a challenge, but I've seen the way Jono drives that thing, so yeah, I was happy with where I was.
This is Exploring Off the Grid.
So sent the Tinger in, Nick come in with me, so we just scattered it out. Yeah, went upstream a little bit, across the rocks and that, and just found the best path we thought would be possible for the truck.
It worked out really well. It gave us a good understanding of the crossing, and it was a whole heap of fun as well. Now, while the Tinger was out there, I actually put my drone up and was looking at the crossing from the drone, which gives me that excellent ability to see the depth of the water and get a good understanding of what's going on under the water as well. So it's a great way to use modern technology when you're out there wheeling.
Guys, look what Chris is holding up here.
Did you put the bung in it?
I thought you did.
I didn't put the bung in it.
You forget to put the bung in.
Better late than never.
You got the bilge pump on or?
No, I might have to.
Nah.
It could be nasty, mate.
Oh, at least it's croc infested water. We would have been right.
All right, so while the guys are over here preparing for this epic river crossing, I thought I'd give you guys a rundown on the power system here in the back of the 79 series. So I've got the full Sherby power system to live out here basically off the grid. So what I do is mostly living off the land, living out of these rivers and the ocean, catching my food and really pushing myself. But every now and then you like to come back and have a nice cold drink and power everything, power all my camera gear. That's what I'm doing out here. I'm making a show, so heaps of camera gear, you know, the laptop and all that stuff. And the solar on the roof running through my system in the back here allows me to do that. So yeah, smoothies, induction cooking, and charging everything and keeping everything cool in the fridge. Yeah, right back at the beginning when I started filming, it was a very basic setup, basically something I wired up together, and you're out here in the middle of nowhere, things go wrong. You don't, like this screen up here shows me everything that's happening, how much power's coming in, how much power's going out. I didn't have any of that stuff. So you're constantly trying to dodge things up on the go, and it's hard to create a show and do what I do whilst having dramas back here at the car.
We parked the Tinger up sort of like in the middle of on an island, so we can actually have easy access. I can walk to the edge and see the trucks coming across. I didn't think Rick was gonna go the way he did.
Well, just entering the Mitchell River now, so a lot of holes in this river. I've got a big zigzag to do. I don't want to drop into a big hole and get stuck, obviously. We've got Nick and Jono out spotting for me. Oh, a bit of a rock there. At this stage, the toolbox in the trailer is fully submerged, so that's going to be full of water. It's, Nick's giving me a guide here. There's a bit of a step up, so I've just got to watch sure I don't bash the drawbar and bend it. There we go. That stepped up there easy, so that was quite good. Now that was the major part of it done, so we would have got in the fan belt there, but it was squealing.
Well done, Rick.
Bouncing over a few rocks. There's still a few holes here to catch me out on this last little bit. So
Now it's Chris's turn in the ATW truck.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I was hoping Chris was going to get stuck in the middle of the water. Then I could sit there and laugh at him like with everyone else, but no, he did a pretty good job.
So driving the truck across the Mitchell, it was slow and steady. Like you can't go into these things with speed. Low range, second gear, and it was just slow and steady. There were some sections there where you knew you were quite deep. I could see the water sort of coming up in the front section. But yeah, it all went well. There was no water in the truck. We got through all fine.
All right, mate, this is it. It was bloody good to spend some time with you.
100%, man. I'm going to be back. Thank you so much for just giving us an experience.
You're welcome. Those trucks, mate, looks deep out there. Right?
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous. I'm ready for a recovery.
I see that.
All right, let's do this.
All right, mate.
See ya.
Safe travels, eh?
Cheers, mate.
So the trucks took an approach of we're just going to follow traction. That was sensible for the trucks. Heaps of traction, they're a very high vehicle, and as you can see in the footage, the water is only getting up to their tray level, it's not getting into the vehicle. Now, I don't have that luxury, I'm a lot lower, and so my thinking was I want to be in the deep section for as short a period of time as I possibly could.
So I've got the engine revs low, just under 2 grand. That gives me enough power. The reason I'm doing that, I don't want to suck the fan through the radiator, which can happen if you've got really high revs. I'm keeping the vehicle speed down so I'm not pushing too much water and wheel spinning. Oh, that was onto the windscreen. Yeah. All right, I reckon I'm through. There's heaps of traction in the bottom there, it's great. And now I'm going to slow down and crawl through this section up here. So I'm in first low, just crawling. No need to go fast here. Plenty of traction, and I'm not in deep water. Okay, sweet as. Woo!
With the mighty Mitchell out of the way, it's time for the team to knock over some Ks and get themselves over to Woodsy's place at the Hann River Roadhouse. Nathan will be making his own way back through Kawanyama, where he has a few plans of his own.
I think I'm going to hang around for a week or so here in Kawanyama and shoot some of my content and learn a bit more about, what I do is learn. I'm out here on country learning about culture and about the real history of this country and what you can eat out here and how to hunt and all that. And it's a lifelong journey. I'll be doing this forever and I still won't scratch the surface. Yep. So that's what I'll be doing for the rest of the week, I'd say, hanging out with these fellas and filming my normal content, which is on YouTube, Wild Reaches. You guys can all watch it on there or check us out, wildreaches.com.
After leaving Nathan and the Mitchell River behind, the team have knocked over around 400 Ks on their way to meet up with Woodsy and the team at the Hann River Roadhouse.
It's my go-to spot every time I come up the Cape. After being a dry community, it's dusty and dry, we're looking forward to a meal from Renee and a couple of cold beers with Woodsy.
We're also meeting up with a few new adventurers at the Roadhouse, with Ree and Aaron from Airbag Man travelling up to join in the adventure.
So rolling into Hann River, it was awesome when we rolled in and they literally walked out on the driveway to greet us. It was awesome. I'm Ree and I'm the marketing manager at Airbag Man.
Rocking up to Hann River was actually an unreal experience. See the pub and obviously the guy standing there waiting for us at the fence. My name's Aaron Smith and I'm the sales manager for Airbag Man.
The next few days are lining up to be a cracker, and the next morning the crew was surprised by a new visitor who rolled in overnight with one of the coolest coffee setups we've ever seen.
So my husband is the crazy coffee guy. Everyone knows him. He has a soft spot for Suzukis and turning them into his dream car, which is a capable off-road vehicle that can also make quality barista coffee anywhere in the world. And so when I had the opportunity to come on this trip, he very conveniently invited himself along.
Yeah, so Rihanna's husband, his business is the Power Station Co. So he's got mobile Suzukis in various models that are set up as coffee vans / coffee Suzukis, I guess. The coffee was just awesome. You know, when you're getting a barista made coffee after you're waking up out of a campsite, you just can't beat that.
The plan today is to spend a bit of time exploring this awesome property and getting to know our new mates. Woodsy, on the other hand, may have had slightly different plans.
Morning. Oi, how are you, mate?
Very good. Hey, mate. How'd you sleep? Good?
Oh, yeah, good, mate. Yeah.
What you got planned for today?
I don't know. I think we'll go out and have a look out the back of your place.
Well, talking about that, I got an interesting scenario down the back for you.
Yeah.
I got a vehicle stuck. Nice. And you know, I know you like recoveries.
Yeah.
Technical recoveries.
Yeah, okay, all right. How big's this vehicle? Is it an excavator and we can only see the top of the bucket?
No, it's not buried. It's no, it's just one of the old cruisers we're checking the fence line with. It looks like it broke a steering arm and went bush down there.
I don't know how long ago, but he got one of his work vehicles stuck down beside the Hann River.
Yeah, Woodsy had some equipment down, he couldn't do it, so we thought it'd be a bit fun to go and help him out and winch it out for him.
So Woodsy wanted to give us an induction to his property, which was go out and find an obstacle and bring it back. So we didn't really know what we were getting into.
Before heading off on Woodsy's mission, the team decided it would be smart to drop off a bit of gear at a campsite appropriately called Rick's Camp.
Why was it called Rick's Camp, mate? You've been here a few times.
Yeah, I sure have, mate. It's one of my favourite spots of the whole of the Cape, coming down here and camping up.
So we've got the Ram 1500 here. It's actually the Ram 1500 Sport, great vehicle, very capable. Off-roading wise, absolute beast. It just chews up some of the roads that we're probably going to encounter. On this vehicle, we're actually running a full airbag suspension on the rear. It's running a 2-inch lift, and we've got an iCamper on the back as well. A rooftop tent, that's coming quite handy. And it's also towing capability wise, we're towing a small Bushwhacker WeGo camper on the back as well. So yeah, it's really decked out for this trip.
Alright, so on the trip we are testing our new Spartan rope from ATW. So this is our new recovery gear package we've got. All this has been destructively tested to 22,500 kilograms. So that's the recovery rope we've got. We've also got our bridles. So these are mounted off our front winch recovery mount points that we've got on the winch bars. So I'll show you them in a bit later. So we've got 2 of those. We've also got our soft shackles. So same thing again, we've already given this one a test. All ATW soft shackles. So we've got 2 packs of them. We've also got the ATW winch rings, so full aluminium. As you can see there, this one's 22,000 kilo working load. We've also got a winch dampening blanket we've got here. So yeah, we had a bit of a mission to go and find Woodsies Cruiser that apparently was somewhere broken down on the property. So yeah, we took the Polaris, we didn't take the truck, Rick took his truck, Matt was in his Cruiser, and the airbag crew were in the Ram.
Yeah, cruising around Woodsies in the Polaris, it's just the ideal place for it. Like a big open spaces, lots of room, lots of good tracks, some slippery, challenging spots as well. But to get out there in the Polaris, and we were in front as well, so we were kind of finding a path. Yeah, it was good fun. So we had a look on the map and we knew a spot where it was roughly located.
There it is.
Well, here it is, guys. How on earth did he get that down there? Oh, man, this is going to be a challenge.
Wow.
So when we arrive at Woodsies Accident, it's sort of like, what did you do to end up with that there?
Seeing where it was, I honestly, you know, like, she's done. Like, walk away, like, sorry, it's a garden ornament.
My first initial thought after seeing this old 75 series cruiser is, end of its life, just burn the bloody thing. Leave it down there, let it rot, let the next wet take it away, mate, because I didn't want anything to do with it. People think I hate Toyotas, and they're absolutely correct.
Matt basically stepped up and took charge of the situation. He's probably got the most experience in that area.
All right, guys, look, anything like this, we're going to get the best result if we all make a plan. We all throw in a bunch of ideas, have a brief brainstorm. I've got some ideas as how this can happen, but I think together we'll come up with a better plan.
This is going to be interesting. Good luck, team. I'm going to get a coffee. Sit back and see how the heck you sort this one out.
Our exploring off the grid trucks are protected by Aussie-made Gotcha Covered seat covers. They've got you covered.
The crew are out and about on the Hann River, helping Woodsy out with a not-so-little mission to recover one of his vehicles.
When I heard the boys were coming, I thought, oh, this is going to be great, because I have a vehicle down the back that was stuck and the backhoe that was broken to fix it. So to fix the backhoe in the time to do anything is really hard, because we're always busy. So when they came, I said, yep, perfect scenario, we'll get them to recover that vehicle. It was just great. So they came at the right time before the wet season.
When I first saw it, I thought to myself, okay, this is going to be a challenge, but you know what? I'm one of those guys that looks at a challenge and thinks challenge accepted.
Good brainstorming. I think we've come up with a plan now. So let's break up into those two teams. So the recovery team is myself, Chris and Ree. We're going to set up the recovery side, and Jono, Nick and Aaron, you guys are going to do the mechanical side. I've got some tools and stuff in my car which I'll show you in a second. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah, so apparently I was in the B team, which was the mechanical side of things, but I reckon we turned out to be the A team because we smashed out what we needed to do.
They made the decision to actually try to get it out of the creek for, let's say, environmental reasons, so I don't believe that, but anyway. I think it had a broken tie rod end or something like that on the front end, so Nick, I and Aaron charged this, get it steering back into the vehicle, so.
20mm socket and potentially a small hammer or a bowler jack out of the MPS.
There's a hammer for you, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Oh, good catch.
22, yep. Thank you. Orange drive, yep, perfect. And that should do the job. Yeah, okay, well, what wasn't wrong with it, really? Obviously, no. When we got there, obviously one wheel was facing in the completely incorrect direction. So when we actually got underneath, you could see that obviously one of the other steering arms was not right. So to get in there to basically look for the parts that we needed to dodgy it back up so we could get it back out was quite the challenge.
Aha, look who's turned up to see how we're going.
You did a good job, didn't you?
I thought I did well to stay out of the river.
Jeez. So what, were you bombing along here and the steering just went awry?
Just cruising along and she wanted to go right when I wanted to go left.
And then you played a bit of ping pong down between the trees there.
Well, I'm heading off. I got to go back to work. Good luck getting it out and please don't scratch it.
That's as far as we're going to get it. At least it's going to give us steering to get it up here, so that's all we can do.
Yeah, well the thread's stripped, so we can't get it on any more than that.
At least it's gone on about 4 or 5 threads, so that's just
enough to steer it to get it out of here.
Yep. Rightio. 18. We done all we can do. So now how about you come and get it out of here, eh? It's not perfect, Matt. It's on. The thread is stripped, but the nut's holding on, so we have steering, mate. So just got to be wary that's not on.
Hey Jono, before you guys come up, we'll come down there and let's all push it back up against that tree because we're going to bring it up through here.
Rick's role in this recovery, I think he didn't want to get dirty, that's for sure. He did not want to get a bit of dirt on him. So he was, well, he put himself in charge as a supervisor. So up on the bank, supervising, and he actually did do a little bit of work in the end. He was actually in control of the winch off his vehicle.
Have these got a handbrake? No, they've got a device in the middle they call a handbrake. There's a trick to getting a Nissan driver in a Toyota.
Take your foot off the brake, Jono.
Tell them that it's got a handbrake.
Come on.
This is the worst day of Jono's life.
This is chewing into my time.
Let me tell you what, mate.
Yes, mate.
You look good in a Toyota. A Toyota's really making you look the bomb. All right, guys, let's push it back. Can you give us right hand down?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, right. Get it all in. Get it all in. Get it all in.
Hit the brake. It's got no brakes, mate. It's got nothing.
You're driving this and you should be used to it. You're still learning to drive.
Next week on the show, we find out just how well the A-team works together to recover Woodsy's pride and joy.
Re-in, Rick in, re-in, re-stop.
Before the team pull up stumps in the hand and head deep into gold country to see if they can strike it rich.
Oh, they're calling it fool's gold, but I'm the fool.
Learn a bit about the local history of the region.
Welcome to all yous to Western Yallingie.
And to take on one of Cape York's toughest forward drive tracks, the Old Coach Road.